Hello everyone, I'm back again with another unconventional build this build might not be unconventional for that much longer. Now first off, before we go over the build, you might see Medusa over there on the right. This is not a build specifically for Medusa, this is more just for hunters in general. Now, back in Season 1 of Smite, there was a build that came out closer to the end of the season. And it was made by a guy who goes by the name of Kret. Now Kret is now a coach for a team called Team Eager in the Pro Leagues. He's a very smart guy. He has a lot of great ideas with builds and stuff. But he came out with a build called the Unicorn. The Unicorn was a build that did not have any crit items in it. It was more about guaranteed damage instead of relying on the randomness of crits. It was a pretty powerful build too. It got played every now and then in the Pro League. Very good, especially it was very good against tanky teams stuff. It was a very good build. Then Season 2 came around. The nerf of chin size hurt it, and people also realized that Titan's Bane was not that good of an executioner. Because I'm pretty sure Titan's Bane was part of that build. I don't know, there was a few things people realized it just wasn't gonna work, especially with the triple crit. Now, but just a couple days ago, Kret released a new build, and this is the successor to the Unicorn build, and this one's called the Banshee. Now this build might not look like a lot, but I've tried it in a few games and it's actually not that bad. Now, is it viable? Competitively viable? No, not really. Not yet, at least. It's still a lot of fun. It still has some uses. I mostly play solo lane, and if I play a hunter solo lane, I think this is a pretty good build to play solo because you're not going to be the main hunter. At least I don't think. At least when I play hunter and solo, that's how I think. So I always like to go a slightly different build. And I think this is a very good one. Has its uses, and I'm gonna go over it right now. Now, starting off, if you're playing this in Conquest, I would not suggest playing this build right now as the main hunter. But if you do want to, you still want to start with Bluestone Pendant. Bluestone Pendant is gonna help you keep your mana so you can clear the wave early game. It's needed. But if you're playing solo lane, hunter, then just start with Death Toll. You're gonna get the blue buff at the beginning of the game anyway, so Bluestone Pendant's not really needed. Plus, Death Toll is still a very good item. It's a very good starter item. Then you're gonna start off with first tier of Bloodforge that you'll see begin first, and then get a health potion. Start off, very first thing you want to finish Bloodforge. Now, my thoughts on why he chose Bloodforge over Death Gauntlets is because Death Gauntlets is getting nerfed. It's not going to be as powerful. It's still going to be a very powerful item, but it's not going to be as powerful. Bloodforge is still a very good item, and probably it's going to be just very slightly worse than Death Gauntlets. But Death Gauntlets is getting a nerf soon enough. It's going to be 75 stacks. It's going to lose some power. And I believe Bloodforge will have a little more power than Death Gauntlets. I can't remember with the nerf, but Bloodforge is very good. So you want to build Bloodforge first. Secondly, you want to get Ichaival. Have to build Ichaival. Have to. If you're playing solo lane against a magical god, you could probably put off getting Ichaival, since Ichaival doesn't do that much against magic based gods. But you still have to get Ichaival at some point. This is going to be the only way that you're going to be able to box with other hunters. You will still lose more times to them, but it's not that far. It's not that far off as you would think that you would lose to a triple crit hunter. Then thirdly, you want to get a Ninja Tabby. They're just boots, more attack speed. It's good. And then you'll want to build Chin Size. Chin Size is going to give you a lot of damage, especially after you get the next two items built up, so you get even more penetration, so the passive on Chin Size will be even better. Give you some attack speed. And this is also the main problem of why this build's not completely viable right now. Chin Size is not really worth 3,000 gold. It's really expensive. This build would be helped out so much if they reduce the price of Chin Size again. But still, Chin Size, I mean, once you get this built on this build, I mean, you're doing pretty good damage. And you'll have pretty decent attack speed too. Especially after you get this next item built. Executioner. Executioner, built on is used in every hunter build. It's very good item. There's absolutely no reason not to build Executioner on hunters. It's super good. And I don't think I really have to go over why you want Executioner. Now lastly, the very oddball of this build, that was also part of the Unicorn, and also kind of why I like the Unicorn, is the Brawler's Beat Stick. Now this item might seem really strange on a hunter, but you think about the amount of healing that you see in games now. And even if they don't have a heal on their team, their hunter, which is the main one that you want to kill most of the time, is going to have lifesteal. If he doesn't have lifesteal, then you should not be worried about him anyway. But this is going to reduce their lifesteal, especially if you're boxing them. You're going to keep all your lifesteal. They're going to have 40% less lifesteal. And you're going to be taking their damage with Ichaival. You're going to have a lot of penetration. You'll be doing just about pure damage to them. It's very good. It's very powerful. This build is very good. Also, at the end, do not sell Ichaival. You're going to need to keep Ichaival so you can box with other hunters. Or just trade with them. The Ichaival is needed. Yes, I approve this build. It's a lot of fun. I went 27 and like 4 with the ROM last night with it. It's a very good build. Just wouldn't use it as the main hunter. I would use it as a solo hunter. But you could try to, the main hunter role. But the build is not completely viable yet. But it would just take a few small changes to other items, and this build could be very, very powerful. It's already pretty powerful right now, but I see potential in this build. I liked it a lot. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see more people use this build. It's very interesting, it's a lot of fun, and I know you'll love it too. So I'm about to go off and play some more hunters so I can play this build. So you guys have a good day. Have fun.